Good rising, brethren. This is Big Judah coming to you guys from California. Before I begin, give all praise to the Most High Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahweh Shai. Prayer to the Most High blesses this lesson this evening, gives more knowledge and understanding of the events of the past, in order to understand the events that are currently happening on the earth, so that we get a much better understanding of the things that are soon to come on the earth. Coming to you guys real quick with this quick lesson. I got some information coming to me through Second Baruch, and this is a little snippet of the information, kind of showing you what was going to happen when it was the times of the Gentiles, as opposed to when we have been awakened, and the power of the idols that the Gentiles had. So long as we were, kept at the bottom, kept not knowing who we were. We were at the bottom of everything. Then the idols of the Gentiles had power, had clout. But now that the Most High has awakened his children, the power of the Gentiles' idols has been taken away. And that was something that was written about in Second Baruch. And I want to read that a little bit to you here real quick. 67 here. Chapter 67 of Second Baruch and the Sefer. Talking about the waters and the black 11th waters, which you have seen. This is the calamity which is now befalling Zion. Do you think that there is no anguish to the angels in the presence of, I'm just going to put the Most High for El Elohim, okay? That Zion was so delivered up, and that, lo, the other people boast in their hearts and assemble before their idols and say, she is trodden down, who oftentimes trod down, and she has been reduced to servitude that reduced others. Okay? So they got in front of their idols, their white Jesus, their Caesarea, and gave praise to their idols when we were trodden down. And that's why all the way till today, they're still begging these idols to save them from, what the Most High is bringing on the earth, because they know no better. As soon as they took us down, they lifted up their idols and they worshiped them, and they forced us to worship them as well. So now here at the end, when the Most High has awakened us, and for the last few years, many of us have been turning away from their idols. Their power has been taken away from them as well. Now we understand why it was so important. It didn't matter what religion we were in, as long as we were in one of their fake low-class religions. Because anytime that we were praising their fake gods, they were getting power. Watch as we continue. Do you think that in these things the Most High rejoices, or that his name is glorified? Of course not. He doesn't rejoice in us, worshiping these other idols. And his name is not glorified in Jesus or Caesarea, white Jesus, any of this stuff. Okay? Sunday worship, Christmas, Easter. He gets nothing out of that. The Most High gets no glorification out of that. But how will it serve towards his righteous judgment? Yet after these things shall the dispersed among the other people be taken hold of by tribulation. So our people, as we were dispersed, we went through our tribulation. Like I've always said, we've always gone through our tribulation. But they always want us, they know there's a tribulation coming for them. So they seem to want to think that, we're all going to go through tribulation together. Or, better for them, they think that they're going to get raptured up, and that they've given us all this tribulation for these last 500 years. And then the Most High is going to give us more tribulation for not worshiping their Caesarea. See, it makes absolutely no sense. That's why they need to put the book down and leave it alone, because it's not making any sense anymore. Okay? Let's continue. And in shame shall they dwell in every place. Because so far as Zion is delivered up and Jerusalem laid waste, shall idols prosper in the cities of the other people. So long as, the Israelites and Jerusalem has been delivered up to the Gentiles, their idols will prosper in the cities. And that's so true. For these last 500 years, we've been forced to serve white Jesus. We've been forced to serve their religion, and they have prospered. But over the last few years, the Most High has awakened us and brought us out from that delusion. And they've been slowly losing more and more power. Now it's just dropping like crazy. Now their power is really, on a downswing, like falling straight down a cliff. Because only blind people who really don't know anything are the ones that are still participating in all that mess. Okay, so let's read that one more time. Because so far as Zion is delivered up and Jerusalem laid waste, shall idols prosper in the cities of the other people, and the vapor of the smoke of the incense of the righteousness, which is by the Torah, is extinguished in Zion. So that's why they don't ever want us, practicing our ways. Like, that's why when we got into, hey, I'm not eating pork, I'm not doing those holy days, that stuff isn't true. I'm not doing any of that stuff. I'm not doing Sunday worship anymore. And that's why people get so upset and just keep trying to always reel us back into doing the same things that they're doing, because they know that that's the only way that they're actually going to get power. Okay. And in the region of Zion, in every place, lo, there is the smoke of impiety. But the king of Babel will rise, who has now destroyed Zion, and he will boast over the people, and he will speak great things in his heart in the presence of the Most High. But he also shall fall at last. These are the black waters. So, as these demons have raised themselves up, talked mess about our people. Now, they've had their time. They've had their run. And the Most High said, as long as we were at the bottom, we don't know any better, that's when their idols are going to have power. But as you can see now that we've been awakened, these powers don't have the kind of sway that they used to have. These fake gods right here, these idols, don't have the same sway with the people anymore, not with our people anyways. That's why you still have, like I said, you got all of Italy now locked down. You've got the Pope locked down. We haven't seen him in forever. Those are those idols right there. Islam, you got their main place of Mecca deserted, because now that we've awakened, all these other idols are now falling apart. And actually, I heard about, I think Saudi Arabia closed a bunch of their schools and universities as well. And now you got the Christian churches over here starting to catch hell. You got your Catholic churches here. I talked a little bit earlier about the priest who shook hands with like 500 people. And now those who are told to self-quarantine. You got the largest church, I want to say, in the United States, in Oklahoma, whose pastor has now been afflicted with coronavirus, or CV. Now I think they're closing their church. You got the president, who has now been, exposed to people who have actually had CV. You got the vice president, who's been exposed to, people who have been exposed to CV. You got congressmen, right? Ted Cruz, among other people, who are now self-quarantining. As if they're self-quarantining or running to their bunkers, we don't know. But we do know that wheel is on its way. That wheel is on its way here. And so it's starting to all make a lot of sense. And you still got all these Christians here who are crying out to Jesus to save them. My brother sent me this, and I thought it was like very appropriate for what I was already studying. Like right here, it just makes so much sense from the subliminal messenger, huh? Jesus, get up, bro. There's a new virus. People are dying. And see, this is where their God is right now. This is where their Jesus is right now. He's just asleep at the wheel. He's not doing any miracles. He's not doing anything here in the world to try to, make people feel comfortable, give them confidence in Caesarea anymore. He's just asleep at the wheel now. I love that. Tell them I'm working in mysterious ways, yo. And that's it. He's not doing anything. And that's what we've come to right now. So as we start to see all these people still asking for, Cesare to save them, there's no Cesare coming. Cesare is asleep. He's not on his way. He's not coming to save you. They've abandoned you, just like they said they would, just like Solomon said that they would. That's exactly what you're seeing. All praise is to the Most High, Yahweh. Acknowledgement to the earthly mother, who is wisdom, who is the Holy Spirit. Acknowledgement to Yahushai. Shalom.